Surprise. Okay. So I'm actually on time, although, what's funny is I'm not on time, right? I mean, I'm in here, I'm doing stuff, and it's already 10 minutes past, which is ridiculous. But because even when I'm on time, it doesn't seems like I'm never on time for some reason. But part of it was because I was trying to um part of it was because I was trying to like post. I today I posted X and Discord uh and IRC, so I just didn't like post a link or whatever. Um, I'm still keeping to doing like every Monday instead of like every day, every weekday, but whatever. Anyways, let's get back. I'm just gonna try to get into it as fast as I can because I wasted a lot of time. It wasn't really a waste because I was explaining to somebody how all this worked, what I was doing and stuff, and so I was like explaining my stuff, but it also means that I don't actually get work done some half the time. Why did I do that? Let's go back. There we go. Start this up. And actually, we can open this. Oh, wrong thing. Open this in a tab. Okay. That way, if I need to go into rooms, I can do that. I wish it would leave this open though, like I had put in here. Um, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So we're not opening up the old project right now. Okay, you goofballs. Uh, yeah. Okay, so yesterday I had some time with some weird hard time with OBS. It kept screwing up on me, and eventually I got it to where I was streaming to both Big Red, Mean Green, and I was able to do comments and through the chat plugin. And I come back this morning, and guess what? YouTube doesn't work with the chat plugin, or I should say, isn't able to connect to the chat plugin. Although it is streaming, I mean, Restream is actually working. It's just I need to, at least to be able to access here. Let's do it like this. I'm trying to set up my windows here and trying to keep them as small as I possibly can because now I've got a bunches of different windows. I got IRC, Hex Chat, and then I got Redot, Hex Chat. Then I got Discord, and then I got OBS over here, and uh, and then I also got Rumble in a window in its own browser window, and I got uh, YouTube in its own browser window, so I can see both chats and I can also see how many people are actually watching at the time. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. I say. Okay. Anyways, pickle juice. What? Oh, you talking about what I'm drinking? No, this is an energy drink. Okay, okay. So, um, like when you're on carnivore or keto, you need to keep up with your electrolytes, and so I generally have um, electrolyte. It's a local store brand, whatever. But what I did was I had gotten packets of Kool Aid so that so I could flavor the electrolyte the way I wanted it. It sort of actually adds flavor because what we were doing is we were like using element and then putting it into like this big huge pitcher. And so while it was enough electrolytes, the flavor was kind of lacking because it's meant for like less water, I guess. So I bought the Kool Aid packets, and so I mixed the electrolyte into the Kool Aid. Well, this is the result of green apple Kool Aid, and green apple Kool Aid is horrible. It's I like the green apple flavor, but it's like super tart, And whenever I add sweetener to it, even the more that I add, it becomes like almost bitter, and it's sour, and it's not very good at all. So I'm trying to drink up all the Kool-Aid packets. So I'll make my electrolyte in a bottle, and then uh, I'll actually I'll pour a little bit of the Kool-Aid packet into my bottle, and that's why it's green. We do a little bit, it's okay. It's not horrible. Anyways, okay, so this is where we're getting to, right? Now, here I didn't actually write any of the I did not write. Okay, let's do this. No, no, that's right. This is supposed to be down here. This is the map room. So, okay. So I'm making rooms and I'm connecting them up, wiring them up, so to speak, and then I'll add the descriptions and stuff afterwards. Okay, so this one is just an empty room. This one is hang out with skeletons, which means it's just a closet. And then this one, as Luck would have it, meaning the map room, meaning she stumbles on some important documents that she needs to take. And I need a couple more. I need some duplicates. So uh, that's actually 3. This is page 1, this is page 2, and this is page 3. And no rhyme or reason, but I'm going to let me think for a second. Um, okay, so I need two more rooms, 1 and 2. Okay, and that's this and this, that. It's in this configuration because this is going to go to here and to here, and this is going to go to here and here. This one's going to go to here and here, like that. Okay, and so since this one is called Hang Out with Skeletons, and this is, okay, this one's also going to be Hang Out with Skeletons. And I'll just be goofy about it. I'll make this page for, here, let's copy this. Copy. You know, I could potentially do an actual copy of the node, but I find that I have some weird things go on when I do that because the node is called the same thing or whatever. I don't know. It's fine. I have some weird stuff, so I'm just gonna fill it in. When I finally we're gonna call this page 4. All right, and then we're gonna go back here and we're gonna copy that. Okay, and we're gonna paste, and then of course we're gonna copy the chapter, copy, and paste. Yeah, I know this is kind of the boring stuff, but this is actual game work here I'm doing here. So, uh, oop, let's do that, that, and that, and that. Okay. All right. So now we go over here to this blank room. We'll add the chapter in, paste, and we'll go over here. We'll copy that, just an empty room. We'll go ahead and paste that. And over here, we'll copy this, copy the ID. Over here, we are going to paste it, and I'm going to make that page 5. So, just an empty room. Okay, now we do the wire up. And um, we are going to, how are we going to do this? This is going to be 1 and this is going to be 2, right? Okay. And let's go to door specs and here, we'll copy this. Copy. Open door specs and we'll make this number 1. Paste. Except it's going to be uh, 5, I believe. So it's going to link to 5. So, okay, and then we're going to make this choice 1 also. That. Now we'll copy. Okay, just an empty room now, hanging out with skeletons. We'll do the same thing. We'll copy that. Put that over here in the door. This is already number 1, and then page is going to be page 4. So this is page 4, and this is page, links to page 4. All right, now that we got that out of the way, now we also need this one, which will be, as luck would have it, copy, and then we're gonna paste that. We're gonna there, paste, and this is going to be choice 2. Control C, enter, here, and we'll go over here, and choice 2 will be that. So choice 2 on both of them are that. So okay. Now, just to check and make sure it looks correct, we're going to say room data, and that does look correct. Okay. And then this one, we can go ahead and connect to as luck would have it as well, except for these are just going to be number 1, choice 1. So we'll see. Okay, let's go over here and Control V. And then we're just gonna Control S and say room data. And yeah. Now down here, as luck would have it, we are going to paste but we are going to copy this. Copy. And we are going to hold on. Oh, what the? Oh, as luck would have it, we're going to go ahead and paste code again in there. Okay. And then we're just going to Control S. We're going to save room data. And then we're going to go ahead and scene, reload, save scene. Okay. And I'm going to. So ultimately, everything leads to the map room. Here. I'm just I'm doing this so that it doesn't take up as much space. And there we go. And visually, that's about it. Visually, I guess. Okay, as luck would have it, and then cardigan. And then this is in here. Okay, so I guess let me think for a second. Um, I guess I didn't need the extra. Well, I don't know if I strictly need this extra page here. This encapsulates everything. This because this goes to the map room, and this is also technically the map room. Um, I guess I could leave it there. It's not going to hurt anything to have an extra page there. It's an extra description page. Um, Caught again. Title 4. Yeah, maybe I'll delete this. Maybe I'll. Yeah. Okay. It means we're not going to have a page 3 or whatever. Honestly, I could just like, I could rename each of these. Like I could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that would be 5 instead of title 4, page 0. Yeah. Okay, so what happens here is you go directly to the map room. You find the documents. She's recaptured. I don't need a separate page for her to be recaptured. What does this say? Stumbles upon the room some maps and other documents and grabs what is recaptured. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm doing this, adding in this extra junk in here, and I had that extra page there, but because see if I do like a bunch of renames and stuff, um, there's going to be a lot of clashing, which is something I don't exactly want. So this is 1, 3. Wait a minute. This is 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, and 5, and 3 is gone. Should I just do it? I guess I'll just do it. It doesn't matter if they're missing pages, I guess. The page numbers and stuff, the way that they're lined up is kind of on purpose here. Um, okay. Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, I guess the easiest way is just to do that. Let's save it. Let's save it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy the ID, copy, and then in each one of these I'm going to replace the destination, paste, semicolon, uh, copy, let's see, paste, and then here we're going to go here, paste, and it's going to be number 2, like that, and do the same thing here. Paste. It'd be 2, like that. And I have a thing to reorder the rooms. I did that because I didn't want lines crossing and stuff. So I might completely remove that at some point. Because I don't think the crossing lines now. I don't know if there's that much of a problem with that now. Exactly. Um, okay. Cut, right? Okay. And then this one, number 2, just an empty. Yeah, when I moved it around, it actually reordered the doors. And I don't know if I even want that in there anymore, but we'll see. As luck would have it, right? It put it in the middle. Caught again. So that's gonna actually be 3. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna save it, save room data, that. And then this, we're going to go ahead and subtract it. We're going to save room data. You know this. Uh, reload save scene. It actually gives you an extra error, which is fine because it had a door that wasn't there anymore. And now that the error is gone. And there we go. That makes more sense anyways here. Yeah, the whole code about reordering the based on where they're at. I guess it means it's saved that ways too, though. Um, and I guess that's okay, whatever. Uh, okay. So now we essentially got that working. Now I have to actually write in the text here about what happens, and it should be should say that in the chat here, and welcome. I'm already started, although it doesn't matter because people don't pay attention to chat, and there's not many people in here. Okay, good. All right. Okie doke. Okay, so let's go ahead and start filling this in. Okay, so this is hanging out with skeletons. It's just a broom closet. Okay. And I need to bring up my notes because I forgot exactly. The guards are going to be. Uh, yeah. Okay. So Okay, so let's see what I'm gonna here. So I a little absent-minded today, I guess. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay. Zero. Okay. All right. Alrighty then. Okay, so the one thing that I need to put in both of them is the little bit of a conversation that happens between the one voice and the other guard voices. Uh, as the princess steps into a room closet and cracks the door, she can see okay, okay, not as the princess steps into the closet where there's uh a few shelves with bed linens. She cracks open the door. Uh, a short, squat little man in green comes into view. Apparently talking to some guards. The man instructs one to start checking the rooms one by one. Instructs the guards to check out the rooms one by um one guard goes to the left side. Let me the left side goes across the hallway to the room. One guard goes to the room across from the closet, and the other to the other end of this side. I don't know. It's the side that she's on. It's the side the closet's on, and the other the other guard runs to the end of the closet side and starts coming forward. Down. Okay, so so the idea here is now it's probably logically a dumb move, right? It's dumb to do this kind of this pattern here. basically, uh, instead of both of them starting on this end and going down, right, which is what you think would happen, he instructs he instructs the one to go all the way to the end to start coming up this way, and then he instructs the other guard to go from this end and go all the way down. And the idea is they're going to make a circular sweep. So one's going to come up, and the other one's going to go down, and they're going to kind of go in a circle. So he's going to go down, and then around, and then back up, and then the other guard is going to come up, and then go over to the other side, and then go back down, so that both is a circular pattern, because he figures that's probably a good way to make sure that nobody is in any of the rooms. It's double checking them. Um, I could have had him do the boat thing, but I decided to do it in a circle. Partly it makes sense for the story. Logically, it might not make sense, right? Because someone could easily find a way of sneaking around. In fact, the princess is going to do that here in just a second. Um, Princess opens the door a little wider and notices the far notices a guard step into a room on her side. She then observes the guard on this end, on her end, go past a couple of rooms. Hit one to move to the room directly across. Hit 2 to move to the room next to the next room over. Hit 2 to move to the next room over. Okay. And I think, okay, so the next room over is uh, oh, so you're actually in Brothers in Christ, what is it, the community on X? I mean, that's the only reason that, other than I do say that I'm a Christian, but I uh, I figured you picked that up from the title of that community on X. So is that where you're saying that? Anyways, welcome to the stream, Ergo, and I'm just filling in these pages right now. Okay, so hit 1 to move directly across, and then the room over. The room over is actually the map room. And here, let's hit OK, and let me check and make sure. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, she's in the closet. This is the closet here, and just an empty room is the one across. That's one, and then the map room is the second one. So that's correct. So now I need to copy the text over. Just common phrase. Yeah, well, how'd you know to say that to me specifically, my brother in Christ? I mean, other than the fact that when I say that I'm a Christian, you know, I just figured you picked it up from the community title. That's all. Um. Anyways, that's fine. Uh. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And yeah, despite the fact that she's in a closet, I'm not gonna do in the closet jokes. Although I did I did name the page "Hanging with Skeletons." You know, like skeleton in your closet kind of thing. It was just a joke for the thing though. Um. Okay, so I need to copy this text. I'm gonna copy the whole text for one thing, like that. And these are duplicates just because wait a second. No. Just an empty room. No, oh yeah. Right. Let's paste that. Okay. So apparently, right. So the idea is if you have selected the empty room, well, let me think about that for a second. Yeah. There's only one place you can go, which is the map room. So um so so you're in the empty room, and so you go out, and instead of going back in the closet, uh, to move to uh the next room over, and I need to put a little thing in here. Uh, since she's already been in the closet, uh, she decides to duck into the next room over. Wait a minute. No, this is actually in the closet in here. Um, okay. So actually, I need to kind of fix this a little bit though. Uh, she cracks open the door, talks to some guards. The man instructs the guards to check the rooms. Apparently, he's already done that because that's in the two above here. So, one guard goes to the room. The other guard, um, let's see. The princess cracks open the door a little bit and notices a guard duck into another room on her side. Uh, the other guard is halfway down the corridor. Okay. Since she's already been in the empty room across the hall, she decides to go to the second one down. She decides to go to the next one over. One to move on to the next room over. And that kind of makes sense there. Okay, so I have to, even though there's some duplication here, it's a different time because it's a different order, and so the page is slightly different, anyways. Okay, so we'll leave that as that. Now, this is when she's in the closet. This one is when she goes to the empty room first instead. Um, and then I need to copy part of this here. Um, So here the options is to go to the closet or to go to the. I think I just kind of screwed myself over here though for a second. Um, she's in the empty room. She can only go to the closet or to the map room. Okay. Okay, and that means okay. We'll Control C that, and I'll copy that and I'll put that in here first. She doesn't duck in the closet. Ducks into. Hmm. To the empty room across from the closet. Um, okay. This is where I have a problem here. I don't know if I wrote it in my notes or not, but she hides, sees vigilant guard, hasn't reached the hallway yet. Okay, what did I wonder if I typed in what I typed in there. I don't think I did. I think I need to here, new window. I think I need to pop up ChatGPT on my conversation and reread the conversation so that I can properly um, see what I was thinking when I set this up. Uh, that's the script stuff. That's not script. Meta doors. That works. Dang it. I gotta keep going until I find the how to fix invisible characters. Dang. Uh, Goal. Culprit. Oh, come on. Make sure that I do my scripting stuff in a separate conversation next time, maybe. Because I have to go all the way up here, and I should have copied. Come on. Dang. Taking too freaking long. Okay, there we go. Motivations. Okay, big princess in a room. The wine cellar that's different. Okay. Okay, missing the map room is now the second on the left because the closet she can see how she can see through a crack anyways. She chooses the closet on the left. She can move to another room when she spots the guard down the right side of the hall slipping into another room. So in this case, she chose the map room, which automatically ends the sequence. But if she chooses the first door, which is the empty room, she can move when the guards are about to switch sides. Uh, Barty is facing the closet, and the other guard is actively looking in the closet. Okay. If she chooses the empty room first, well, I guess it's the same thing because the guard hasn't come up to this end yet. So when she sees him duck into another room, she can either go to the map room or to the closet. Yeah. Okay. So I kind of I kind of messed up here. Let's see something here. I kind of messed up in my thinking here because she goes to the empty room first. The guard is already going to be moving down. He's going to be checking that room first. Okay. Unless I just decide that it's the way it's going to happen works differently. I could do. Let's see something here. I could do the same thing where it's the opposite direction. If you go in the opposite direction, it does it in the opposite direction. Because the idea is I don't want her to get caught until she enters the map room, right? So that means I gotta have a kind of a viable way. And actually, what's funny is if this was a full point and click game, I do the same thing. It'd be based on the context. It'd be based on what she chose first. And if she chose the empty room first, then they'd be going in the opposite direction. And so that's how I can cover up and that's when I do like state changes and stuff. Um, so that different things can happen based on the state or different things, um, hmm, that's interesting. That way she can actually pick the rooms in any order, and you still get the same effect, even in the full point and click version. But maybe that problem would iron out. Okay, so let's see something. The princess ducks into the empty room across from the closet. Short, squat man in green comes into view, apparently talking to some guards. Man instructs the guards to check the rooms one by one. One guard goes to the room across from the closet and starts going down. The other guard. Um, so we're gonna kind of switch this around here. One guard runs to the end. Uh, End of the hallway opposite the closet side and starts coming forward. The other goes to the room. The other goes to the closet and starts going down to the end. Okay, that actually makes some sense. The princess looks around and not seeing anything interesting turns her attention. Okay. See something here. A brief glance around the room shows nothing, but there's a what do they call those not peep show. Peep show, no. What do they call those viewers? Door viewer? What do they call those? What do they call those little lenses you install in a door so you can see who's on the other side? People, 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 spy holes, peek holes, door holes, or magic eyes. Spy holes, peek holes, people, or peek hole. If I say it enough, I lose all meaning of what it means. Okay. A peek mirror. The in the door. She can see what's going on. She can see what's going on. Let's see. Down the hallway. Uh, the guard on her side goes into another door, and she as she can see. Let's see. She can see the guard duck into another room. The princess opens her door a little and looks at the closet and um, the other guard just closing the closet door. That hit one to take a break for the closet. I think that's the way I did it. No. Hit one to break. Hit two to slip into the room next door. Okay. Right? So the closet or the room next door, which is this one, and that's number 2. If I remember that right. Yeah. Um okay. Now, that we did that, let's go ahead and we're going to copy this text. And right, just an empty room, just an empty room. We'll paste this text, but she's already been into the closet. She's not going to go back into the closet. So there's going to be one choice, okay? Princess runs to the okay, so she's in the closet. All right, this is the opposite side, and this is which one? Wait a minute, which one am I working on? Okay, I'm working on that one. Okay, so that's when she goes in the closet first. That's when the one in the closet's coming up, and the opposite of the closet guard is actually going down, so she can pretty much okay, runs to the empty room. This short squat man thing doesn't need to be in, oh doesn't need to be in there because um, this is the second room she goes into. Here's a magic mirror. She can see now. In this instance, she was already in the closet. Okay. Okay, I do have a problem there too. She can see the guard duck into the room adjacent to the closet. If you remember, the far side, the closet room on this path is the guards coming up this ways. It's coming up, basically coming towards her, uh, and not going away. You see the guard duck into the room adjacent to the closet. Um, uh, as the other guard ducks into the last room on her side. Um, hit 2 to slip into the room next door. Hit 1 to slip in the room next door. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to actually run this a way out. Let's start with that. I'll copy this. We'll actually run the game here. And then I'll, oh, this, switch room. And paste that in. Okay, dumbwaiter stops a couple times. Trey's put it in the kitchen, at the kitchen, and removed at one of the guest floors. When the princess hears the guards moving away, she decides to peek out. The dumbwaiter opens a small room with some double doors, to which you can see the guest hallway. She goes through the double doors and then starts to go down the stairs. When she hears a voice, she goes back up to the other end of the hallway, but then also hears voices there. As she's heading back, she sees a closet near the front staircase. She also realizes she could duck into one of the hotel rooms. Hit 1 to check out the closet near the dumbwaiter on the left, which is her left now. Hit 2 to duck in the nearest room to the dumbwaiter on the right. Hit 3 to duck in the room that's the second nearest one to the dumbwaiter. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to pick 1. We're going to check the closet first. Princess ducks in the closet where there's a few shelves with bed linen. She cracks open the door. A short, squat little man in green comes into view, apparently talking to some guards. The man instructs the guards to check out the rooms one by one. The guard goes to the room across from the closet, starts going down to the end. The other guard runs to the end of the closet side and starts coming forward. Princess opens the door a little wider, notices the guard duck into the room on her side. She then observes the guard on her end go past a couple of rooms. Hit 1 to move the room directly across. Hit 2 to move to the next room over. So we are going to go to the empty room right here. As the princess runs to the empty room across from the closet, A brief glance around the room shows nothing, but there's a magic mirror peeper on the door. She can see the guard duck into the room adjacent to the closet, as the other guard ducks into the last room on her side. Hit 1 to slip into the room next door. And we do that. She stumbles on a room with some maps and other documents, which she grabs, but is recaptured. Okay. 1 to continue. And then we have the count. Okay. So, now let's do the thing again. This switch room. Yeah, I need to make sure that it doesn't clear out the text here after you use it, so that way you can bring it up again. As far as the previous, like a previous back scroll, like if I did different commands with different rooms that I switched to, uh, I'll have to store the last few lines in a thing so you can go up it or whatever. Uh, okay. Okay, hit 1, 2. Okay, so now we're gonna hit 2 to duck in the nearest room to the dumbwaiter on the right. Okay, that's the one that's close to the stairs. That she's walking towards. So she's walking towards essentially the front of the hallway, just after the staircase, the double staircases. So let's check the number 2, right? 2. Princess ducks into an empty room across from the closet. A short, squat little man in green comes in view, apparently talking to some guards. The man instructs the guards to check out the rooms one by one. The guard runs to the end of the hallway opposite of the closet side and starts coming forward. The other goes to the closet and starts going down to the end. A brief glance around the room shows nothing, but there's a magic mirror peeper on the door. She can see the guard duck into another room, and the other guard just closing the closet door. Okay, so he got done. All right. Okay, so hit 1 to make a break for the closet. Hit 2 to slip in the room. So we're gonna hit 1 again, because now we're going to go to the closet. Princess cracks open the door a little bit and notices a guard duck into another room on her side, and the other guard is halfway down the corridor. Since she's already been in the empty room across the hall, she decides to go to the next one over. Hit 1 to go to the room over. And we do that. Someone's on the room. Okay. And then the other two, like, I don't have to go through. Okay, we'll just do it anyways here. Let's do this. Switch room B. That will hit 3. She stumbles in a room with some maps and other documents she grabs and is recaptured. Okay. We're almost done with this, except for well, first let's take out this extra little characters here. Okay, and go ahead and Control S and save room data. Okay, and now I'm going to modify this just slightly to be a little bit more descriptive. I mean, it doesn't need to be super descriptive because it's still an event pass, but we're going to expand on this a little bit. Quite unprepared as when she goes into this other room, when she goes into this room, she's surprised by what it holds. Several makeshift tables, a cork board on the wall with several items pinned to it. There are shown there are several makeshift tables covered with papers. There's also a workboard on the wall with several items pinned to it. Let's see what, because she's not. She gets captured in here. Um, several men of the Enchanted Guard stop with their. Nah, no, I won't do it that way. There's nobody in there. Looking at the table, she grabs some papers she thinks looks important. She also spots a blueprint almost covered by other scraps of paper. And then, let's see. Spotting the corner of some blueprints, she pulls it out and sees it's a large sheet that could easily cover the whole. Let's see. She grabs the corner of some blueprints, realizing it's the size of the table. She notes the words omnigate. Say omnigate. The word, the title, omnigate at the top, and then carefully folds it and puts it in her cloak. Say, looking at a table. Just then, a guard bursts into the room. And they take her, and this time use chains to they take her and they take her back to the wine cellar. This time they use chains and shackles to secure her to one of the wine casks. Okay, hit 1 to continue. Okay, that's good. That's good right there. Control S, save room data, and it looks like we got part of it done. Although I'm not done yet. The Count and the Imposter. The Count finds the princess. The rescue plan. Okay. Now, there's not going to be decision points in between here. This is like a meanwhile. Now we're at a new part, right? Still in the same chapter. It's still part of the same. It's the same location. It's the same general topic, basically, which is finding the princess and what happened to the princess, what they did with her. So now, uh, the Count arrives at the Grand Enchanted Landing and he starts looking through the windows. The Count flies into the room, looks around, then hides again as the woman comes back out. The Count notices the woman seems a bit tipsy as she talks to her friend via magic mirror. She claims someone hired her to impersonate the princess. Okay, now this is where we're gonna actually add some spots in here. Um, and then this is what happens afterwards. Realizing their bottle is mostly full, the Count sneaks in and pushes the bottle off the table, spilling the wine. The woman sees the spilled wine and then heads to the cellar for more. Count follows along, keeping to the shadows. Okay. Uh, Now this is where I'm gonna have a little bit of agency in here. There's gonna be three ways that he follows her to the cellar. So we're basically gonna have 3 pages in here. Um, Let me look at my note first. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. It's about time for my break, anyways. Here, let's take a brief look to see what I'm going to do right now. Okay. Following her to the cellar without bringing the story. She dislikes the wine, goes back to get a better one, waits until the bottle's empty, goes down naturally. Count spills the wine, immediate prompts to go down. Okay, so that's the 3 ways, but how does I guess he waits. I guess in both of these he waits. Um, and as far as actual time in the story goes, um, this one she goes down almost immediately. This one, uh, they have to wait a long time in the story. It's not in the pages though. It's going to be like a single page, but so both of them are essentially kind of doing the same thing. And then the third one is the Count is actually spills the bottle. And let me go back to my ChatGPT conversation. Arrives. Person that covers the sequence. One place for that is causing her to go down to the wine cellar or not. At least that's how I see it. If he decides to wait, she will eventually run out of wine and go to the cellar anyway. She knocks the bottle over. That triggers the same action. Let's think of the other decision point. Uh, Spill the bottle now. Wait. Everything else. If you want a flavor choice, you can do micro options, which window to look for, how to approach the bottle trick. In terms of actual branching and timing, spilling the bottle and waiting is the only real choice that feels meaningful to the story beat. And any other thing that might trigger to go down the wine cellar. Uh, okay, so what's going on? Okay, um, yeah, okay. So I have just a minute or two here. Ran out of wine, noise disturbance, curiosity, temptation, impersonator interference, environmental hit. I did. I actually did. Come up with my own idea, but fingerprints is in her room, so she's not seeing anything outside other than Mina. Okay. Those in the hallway. Real Prince is recaptured at this point. The imposter is in her room and talking to her friend via two-way magic mirror. I'll admit she's not going to see anything going on in the hallway except for the limited FOV from the magic mirror peeper. Might not be any help to the story or anything. Real Prince is already recaptured in the mine cellar at this point, right? So disregarding the real princess, fake princess needs to go down to the cellar so the Count can find her. So either he stays until she runs out of wine, or she causes the bottle to spill, causing him to do the same thing. I just wonder if there's another way that would cause her to go down to get some more wine. Um, Thirst, taste, curiosity. Got bored with the same wine, and I did kind of take that. That was the other thing, and it's really just a thing to kind of add a little bit of a different flavor to it. Basically, any mundane or I think I'm gonna go with option one. She doesn't like the wine she's drinking, so she heads down for a different one too, waiting for the bottle to empty and three actually spilling the wine. Okay, I wanted to know the context for that as I'm building this here, and let's see. I got a few minutes, and then really I should quit on time so I can be on my break on time. But I'm gonna do this one thing, which is I'm going to create three deals here. Two, three. Okay. And these are essentially going to go into the same deal. So this is still chapter 5. Copy. And we're going to put the chapters in each of these. Paste. 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 And then for ID, actually let's just, okay. Uh, Not a very good wine. Okay, but the ID is actually going to be, this is T5, P0, so it's going to be T5, P1, 005, T5, P1, not, not a very good wine. That? Okay. And I guess I should just leave it here uh, and go on my break. So I want to say thank you for watching um, part 1, and I'll see you in part 2, which will be about an hour. So I'll be back in about an hour. So thanks. Thank you for watching part 1.